Apex is a great game, and I think a lot of people can appreciate it for that. But it being a battle royale comes with a lot of bad things. One of them being third parties. So I decided I would make a legend that could counter third parties. Maybe a little too good at countering third parties. Basically, their name is called Risk, and they are the odds ignorer. Their backstory goes a little. I'm not gonna read the backstory, but basically, their mom, they get their husband killed. I guess their husband dies, and their son gets taken away from them. That's pretty much it. She becomes a bounty hunter to give herself some space, and so she could learn more about fighting, and then eventually she goes into the Apex games. Now, she's obviously a support character, obviously, and her passive is called Equalizer. Essentially, it just defends your team from a third party coming in. So a new team comes in, right? Your teammates will say like, "I'm getting shot by a new party" or whatever, and everyone in your party will become immune to all damage for a second and a half. As well as when you kill an enemy squad, everyone on your team will heal 20 for each enemy killed. So let's say you kill 2 people and then the squad dies. Everyone on your team will heal 40. Let's say you killed the entire squad. Everyone on your team will heal 60. This way, not only do you become invincible when a new team, say, kills the last guy, you also heal as to somewhat reset your health back to normal. And I think this ought to be a really, really strong ability. Because compared to everyone else's, like what Mirage gets invisible res, Lifeline gets drone res, Newcastle gets shield res, uh, Gibraltar gets his shield, right? They're all simple. This one's a lot more complex, but it's kind of satisfying. And just knowing that a third party's coming in, so you can just heal close to full, and then immediately rush in to get advantage of that invulnerability. Her tactical, nothing left to lose, well, it helps you recover extremely fast. Basically, within a 10-meter radius, upon activation, it will start to revive all teammates in just 4 seconds. It will also place a 15-second, 4 shield a second regenerative effect on teammates. This way, if, say, a teammate or 2 went down, you can immediately pick them up and they'll already start healing. So they just immediately start popping a medkit, This is even better if, say, you have a Lifeline who can immediately throw in her Doka drone. And I made this ability because I realized her old ability kind of sucked. Because the only use for it was to retrieve teammates who overextended, which is just Newcastle's ultimate. Overall, I think her tactical would definitely help her to just keep third parties at bay, as you can immediately pick up everyone on your team a lot faster than you could normally. And now her ultimate hard stop. Basically, it's a ring flare. She throws a ring flare out, but there'll be like a kind of safety area in it. And that's it. Of course, I do have some more specifics on it. Okay, she throws a device, and this can go up to 90 meters. And when it lands, it creates a 7-meter bubble, kind of like Gibraltar's bubble, except it goes all the way around. And then it also creates a ring that does 10 damage a tick in a 60-meter radius from where you threw the device. And I think this would be pretty strong, but not as strong as her passive, but just strong enough that it can work, Because that's kind of like Fuse's ultimate, where you can use it on yourself or on the enemy, Because then they get stuck in a ring, so then they have to leave the ring, or else they'll just kind of get stuck in there. Especially when it's like a late game scenario, right? You could use it for the safety part of it, because it's a lot bigger than a heat shield. And this would have a cooldown of 3 minutes. Oh, I did include other stuff. Okay, basically, I'm not going to go over her voice lines that I made, but a lot of them are just her being like, I'm a bounty hunter, and I do bounty hunter things. And she has a medium hitbox, so no fortified. Overall, I think Risk would be a fairly strong character. Although I think her tactical could use a bit more work. And her ultimate's pretty unique, I guess. Although people really hated Ring Fury, so I don't think that would go too well with the larger community. Community. Gosh. Now, if you like this, go check out the other ones. Except, I don't know, maybe don't. They kind of suck, which is why I'm going to redo pretty much all of my other concepts, except for some of the more newer ones, and the ones that actually did good. All right. This was D221. I will see you guys later.